welcome back to Layout Inc. It's been a while, but today we are going to be just going through how to create a simple thumbnail for sermons, messages, just for churches to basically have a guideline on how they can create thumbnails for all of their programs. I know that some of you do outsource how like thumbnails and creative pieces from places and people like Fiverr and source like graphic designers to do so. But this is just a guideline on how you can do so, save your coins, and also be able to be creative yourself. As you can see on the left hand side of the screen, there are actually some templates when you create not necessarily when you create the YouTube thumbnail, Canva in itself, which is the application we are using to create the simple thumbnail, Canva in itself actually has templates that you can use. So as you can see on the left hand side, there's so many templates and so many things that you can use to make an interesting thumbnail. But I am going to be showing you how you can create a simple thumbnail from scratch, because it's important that even as we do use templates, which are actually very useful, we also create thumbnails based on the identity of our own ministry or church in itself. So I'm going to be showing you how to create a thumbnail. So please stay tuned and connected as we go into today's video. So I have a blank canvas, as you can see, and this particular orientation or custom size template is the YouTube thumbnail template that you can find on Canva. You just simply press custom, or the templates will be there as well, and you can just click to create a blank page. So I have a blank page like this, and let's say, for example, you want to do a thumbnail that is simple, straightforward, straight to the point, and I'm very much great, and we're just going to show you how you can do that. So let's say, for example, your sermon is speaking on, the power of the Holy Ghost, the power of the Holy Ghost manifested in our time and generation to shake up our faith. Let's say, for example, that's the title of the sermon. You're going to go to text, which is the main important thing. The one thing that you want to understand about thumbnails, especially on YouTube, is that your text and your title on the thumbnail needs to be catchy, short, simple. So obviously the title is "The Power of the Holy Ghost May Manifest to Shake Up Our Faith," right? So we're going to make it simple, and the title will be "The Power of the Holy Ghost." So power of the Holy Ghost, right? So that's what we're gonna do. And this is a default font, so that is okay. This is a default font, so you can change this, you can amend it, you can use effects, all sorts of things you can do. But I am just gonna leave this as it is, because I want to play around with the picture first, just so I can get like a feel of how this thumbnail will come about. So you can either be one of those churches that actually uses the background itself to explain what it is that you're talking about, or you can just do a simple plain background, but the words in itself basically stand out and it's bold and speaks to your audience. So we're gonna do the do the latter, which is a simple background, because many a days, especially in the society, everything's just kind of simple but speaks loud volumes, right? So I am going to go to photos, which is on your left hand side. There's just a bar which has different elements: design, elements, text, camera roll, brand, uploads, draw, projects, apps, I'm going to go to photos. And what I want to do is sometimes I just tend to go to backgrounds, and you see all these sorts of like different backgrounds that you can use, which are uploaded onto Canva. And I think just to depict the power or just that kind of iridescent or um like supernatural feel. I like backgrounds that don't necessarily do too much, but very straight to the point. So I'm choosing this blue background, and what I'm doing is just dragging it so it covers the background. Okay, well, that didn't work, but covers the background because I want to ensure that it covers the background. And then I'm going to change this font to white or a color which maybe stands out against this dark background. You can choose whichever color really. These are just brand colors that I personally added to my color palette, but you can choose whichever. In this case, I'm going to choose white because I feel like white is very effective, simple, straightforward. And I also want to change the font, right? Because I want to make sure that it's not just it's simple, bold yet different. Which Canva very much has like different types of fonts. So you can play around with all kinds of fonts just to bring about that, that difference, right? So I would like to do more of a bold font, right? So I'm gonna go to the search bar, and under the search bar you will see handwriting, corporate, display, headings, paragraph. I'm gonna go to bold because I want the font to be bold, and comes up like all different types of fonts that are bold. And some of these fonts, I mean, I'm on the premium plan with Canva, which is why I have access to so many different elements, fonts, and so forth. Um, but they do also have some free fonts as well, especially if you're just starting out. So you can play around with them. I quite like this Zume rough bold because it's kind of giving like power, a powerful like a powerful font, which is basically, it's doing what it needs to do. So I'm just gonna go to this icon that has like lines and arrows. It has letter spacing, line spacing. So I'm gonna change that line spacing to 1 because I want the writing to be closer together. Or I can just change it to 0.9 depending on the font and how close I actually want the sentences to be. And I'm just going to bring it down here. Power of the Holy Ghost, right? So I'm just going to bring it down, which on Canva, they have lines like guidelines that actually allow you to centralize your text, place it, centralize it on the page horizontally and vertically, which is actually really great because it makes it even more greater. So what we're going to do as well, before we even get to the picture or any other elements that we add, we're going to add more text onto the page because most importantly, on the thumbnail as well, you want to add like different elements or writing, especially for a church. You want more people to obviously connect with your social media. So in this case, I'm just going to do layout ink. But you can put your church's social media social media platforms, and also you have the opportunity to kind of straighten out the text as well accordingly. So you can also put the social media platforms underneath, just so there's more information. And also, most importantly, you want people to know where they can find you as a ministry. So I'm going to click that text because I want it to be capitalized, just like the title. So you go to these 3 dots, and where it has like an S with a line through it, you have a lowercase a and an uppercase a. I'm going to press that and it will automatically capitalize my writing. So where the font is, I'm going to go to a much more simpler font because as important as that information is, I also want to make sure that it's readable. So I'm going to just choose a font that is that basically goes with the font that I have above. So nothing too condensed and nothing too wide, but just right and perfect. So I'm just looking for the perfect font, which I'm yet to find. That's perfect. I've gone with railway. So I'm just going to capitalize that. And I want to also letter space. So we're going to go back to that line with arrows and space out the letters like this, because I would like it to be spaced up. I'm going to reduce the font so it's not too prominent, but still very much there. And there we go. So we've got layout ink, got power of the Holy Ghost. Now we just need a picture. Usually, of course, in this case, you would use a picture of the preacher that delivered that sermon or ministered. But in this case, just so I can show you the importance of how to put these things together, I'm just going to go to photos and I'm going to type preacher, and I'm going to find a picture that we can use. And one that actually goes with this thumbnail, not just any random. So I'm going to go with this picture of this guy, just so we can put it together. So as you can see, it has a background. So I am going to press edit photo. Oh. Okay, my iPad has decided to freeze on me. Can you imagine? Okay, we got it back, right? So I'm going to go to edit photo, and in edit photo, I'm going to remove the background. Again, you would have to be a premium, Canva Pro. Would have to get Canva Pro in order to have all these elements, which can be quite daunting. I mean, it comes at a price, but it will be worth it. And you have unlimited access to all their features. So I've got the picture, and I'm looking at this. I'm like, okay, the writing is going over the guy, so I don't really want that. So I may just move him slightly like this, but also reduce my font and move it more to the side as well, because I want everything to be readable, right? So he's talking about the power of the Holy Ghost. He's holding the Bible. He's expressive. It works. Okay, it works, and it's doing great. Or maybe you don't necessarily want like an expressive picture of your pastor. That's why we do encourage that you always take loads of pictures so that you can use them for so many different things. Maybe you don't necessarily want an expressive picture like this, and you want something more calm and reserved like this, where the preacher's just on stage talking. You can do that as well. So I will just remove the background here, and maybe you just want to remove elements as well. You can go back into the background remover, and you can actually wipe out extra things that you don't necessarily want. So it makes it much more neater and, easier to utilize. So there we have it. So I'm just going to make him a little bit bigger. There we go. And yeah, so that's how, and I'm just going to move the font in closer as well. And that's how you can create the first phase of your thumbnail. Maybe you just want something that's just simple like this, then you can just keep it like this as well. But I want like a little bit of a design. So I'm just going to type in design at the the tab that says elements. I'm just going to type in design or patterns. I just want to, add a little more elements on my page. So just to make it more maybe funky or creative. So I'm probably going to do these lines, and you can actually, so you have squares that are arranged systematically from dark black, and it goes lighter as it goes down to the right. So this is for the transparency. At the moment it's on 100, but you can bring it down to 30. And I'm just going to play around with this because I want it to be a case where even though it's simple, it's still very much powerful and you get the point, even though it's simple, you still very much are captivated by what it is that you're looking at. So I'm just going to play around with this just so it has kind of it makes sense, for the people that are reading. And we're not doing it like the conventional way where you add like power and stuff, but we're gonna do it just a simpler way because obviously when it's just like a society that um very much loves simplicity, and it's much more captivating because the text actually speaks to you rather than the picture of the text as well. And YouTube algorithm is so different, so that's the reason why. So we've got the lines, I've moved the line, I've duplicated it as well, which you can duplicate by pressing on the image, and then the rectangles, one is in front of the other with a plus, you just press that and it adds an extra page on, or an extra pattern on, based on how it is already. So I've done that, and I would like to add some social media elements on this thumbnail. So I'm going to just remove the where I typed in design. I'm just gonna clear that, and I'm gonna just add social media symbols. So I'm just gonna type in social media. You can be specific on the type of social media icons that you want to add. And I'm just going to type in social media. If you don't necessarily get the icons that you want, then you can clear that and just type in maybe Facebook. And when you type in Facebook, it will come up with all the different logos or things that you can use for Facebook. I would like to find so it's giving me all the different types of logos you can use. I'm gonna also type in Instagram. So with Instagram, it has more options for what I'm trying to achieve. So I'm gonna press that, and it comes up as black. I'm gonna see all and see if I can find a Facebook version of that. But I don't think I'm gonna see that. So okay, so Canva is playing with me. So I'm gonna have to resort in using the original icon for Facebook. And I will see if they have an Instagram one. Oh, that's different. I didn't know they had that. Sorry, I like speaking to myself. So honestly, Canva is playing games with me because they usually have more icons than this. Okay, so I don't actually know what's happening. But let's say, for example, we just want to use Instagram, and maybe we want to use YouTube. Yeah, because I don't know what's going on with Facebook. But I'm going to space them out, and I'm going to hold it and press select multiple once this list comes up, and I'm going to select them both so I can actually edit them both at the same time. So I'm going to minimize the size of these icons because I do not want them to be too big on the page. And I'm going to reduce them a little bit more and place them underneath the where it has our social media handle, because essentially that is what you want to communicate, that okay, this is a social media name, the social media handle, and these are the platforms that you can find us with that social media handle. So I'm going to click the icons and change them to white as well. Oh, like that, because I just want everything to be uniform and minimalistic for the purpose of this video. And there we go. You've got your title, you've got your preacher, you've got your design elements, you've got your social media handle and icons. And this is how you basically make a simple thumbnail for all your sermons and programs. In the next video, I'm going to be showing you how you can use YouTube thumbnail templates and edit them for your use as well, if you prefer to use the YouTube thumbnail template. I hope you guys like this video. Please be sure to like, share, and subscribe. I look forward to hearing your feedback, especially as we grow as well. There's many, many things that I would like to share with you guys using Canva, but please, we're taking it step by step. So thank you all. God bless. Bye.